Hey guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Kenroy here. Now for the next few videos I'll be taking you back in time ever so slightly here on Echoes of Eden, where we'll be showing you how we got to where we are today in relation to getting our new plot back in autumn last year in 2025, and now we're in 2026 and I just can't believe it. Spring is here, everyone on the allotment plots are making their way forward, and that includes us here on Echoes of Eden. Now because this is a new plot, there's so much that we need to do and I am a little bit behind, but nevertheless I thought it'd be great on this new channel for us to show you what we've been up to over the past couple of months leading into winter and now into spring. Now like I said to you before guys, if you love gardening, like growing your own vegetables and want to learn more, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so that you can get regular notification as soon as we upload a new video. We do try to upload at least one video a week and we hope that we can have you on board. And as we've always said, we'd like to hear from you in the comments down below. If you've got any questions or any tips, please, we're more than happy to listen and we'd love to hear from you. So here's what's been happening over the past few months. Hey guys, afternoon. So we're up by the allotments today and a lot has actually happened, and I thought I'd give you guys a little update on all that's been going on. I'm going to be marking out an area today where hopefully in the days to come we'll be able to put up our first shed. And there's an interesting story behind this first shed that we have, in the sense that it was given to me for free by one of our allotment owners. So I'll show you that in just a second guys. This is the shed in question that I've been given absolutely free. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's almost brand new, except that it's not been taken care of, so it's got a few bits of damage to it. It comes with felt and everything guys, which is incredible. It's a 6x4 foot shed and it will be brilliant for actually storing some of our tools. So where I'll actually be setting this up is over there where those compost bins are. So I'm gonna have to move that lump of compost and think about putting my shed there. Now I'm in two minds on whether or not to put the shed there or over on that side there in that corner. So I need to figure that out and then we can start the excavating. Okay guys, so this is the area that we're going to be actually excavating. I've done a rough mark out on the section for the 6x4 shed. Unfortunately we've got some compost here that's been left from our previous owner, so we're going to be shifting all of this over there so we can then cut out the area. So a lot of hard work, so I better get cracking. Okay guys, so we all know that any DIY project is always easy and it always takes a few minutes, right? Wrong. As you can see here, I thought this was going to be a fairly straightforward project to do. I've done this a few times now, building a shed. I've kind of gotten used to it after building all these sheds in our garden, but as you can see here, there's something nasty lurking in this pile of what I thought was just compost, and it turns out to be this horrible bindweed. Now this is the bane in every gardener's existence, because these things, they burrow down deep, they can go dormant, and at a drop of a hat guys, they can start to invade your garden, especially in spring. So what should have been a quick simple relocation of this soil turned out to be over an hour of painstakingly digging through, weeding out and pulling out as much of this bindweed root. I'm hoping that all this tarp covering would have gone some ways to kill out some of this bindweed, and hopefully in spring we won't have it infesting the entire plot. Now there's a lot of hope and prayer guys, because if this thing is all over our allotment plot, it's going to be a real hard slog to try and dig it all out. Now my neighbor behind me has spent most of the summer digging out some of this bindweed in his garden, and so I'm hoping that we won't have such a rough go at it. Now after getting out most of the bindweed, and trust me there's always more, I've started to widen the area to dig out the place where our shed base is going to be sitting. Now this is a 6 feet by 4 feet shed, so it's not huge by any stretch. Now just to give you a bit of an idea guys, I'm just over 6 foot tall, so my shed will be as long as I am tall, and then it's going to be around 4 foot wide. Now bearing in mind Sophia is 5 foot, so yeah, do with that as you will. So at this point guys, it's time for me to rake everything level. The garden is on a little bit of a slope, which is typical for me, and so what I'm trying to do here is just to get it as level as possible before we get to the process of actually tampering it down. Now this is actually quite hard work, breaking the soil over into this section. Now you're probably thinking, what am I going to do with all of this soil? And for now I'm simply just going to be piling it up, because I'm just focusing on using my time wisely to actually get this area level. And what will probably happen at the end of the shed build, I'll simply just use the very same tarp that we had covering this area to just cover over the soil there to stop the grass regrowing, and we'll figure all of this out in spring. I'm sort of just kicking everything in the long grass, pun intended guys, until the springtime. And so yeah, the main focus right now is to get a storage space so I can leave some of my tools and to leave other things that we'll be using on the allotment plot in this shed once it's completed, guys. And I just can't say how grateful I am that I was given this shed. Now I've been looking online, and you know, a sort of 6x4 shed like this can cost you over £300, guys. And so I'm so super thrilled. It does need a lot of repairs, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get that done. Now the next step, guys, is obviously to measure out the area that we're going to be placing the shed. Now I managed to get myself 6 paving slab, which were 45 centimeters each. Unfortunately, guys, I would need some more of these slabs, maybe another 4 at least, in order to allow me to be able to spread them out on this plot. But I know that I can salvage a couple of larger slabs at home. The only difficulty is the fact that they won't all fit quite neatly. Now here you can see me actually digging out more of these bindweed. Like I said, guys, this stuff is just absolutely everywhere. It goes dormant, and in a minute spring comes back around, spring summer, it just springs to life and it grows at an alarming pace. And so I'm just digging out as much as I can after just spent time leveling this. It's just never ending, guys, but you just got to nip it in the bud as best you can and move on. We're at this stage now where we actually need to get this soil that we've disturbed tampered down, and what better way than to use an actual tamper. You can see me just going over to my neighbor. Honestly, I've just been so blessed by my fellow allotment owners, because they've just been so friendly and always happy to help. I mean, I almost have to say no, guys, because they're just so absolutely incredible. My neighbor gave me this wonderful tamper, which actually helped quite a lot to get the soil compacted. It's very important when you're laying any foundation to make sure that you have a nice compacted soil, and that's exactly what we're doing. And this is what it looks like at the end, guys. Okay guys, so done for the day, and as you can see, what should have been a relatively straightforward excavation ended up being just absolutely back-breaking, digging out of bindweed. I mean, look at this stuff, guys. Hundreds and hundreds of meters of this stuff, and this is just from a 3 square meter area where we'll be putting our shed, hopefully. And that's the soil over there. We sort of just piled it up. Been using the tamper from my neighbor over there to just try and level it off. I'll come back tomorrow and try and do some more leveling, and then provisionally we can start putting out some of our slabs that we've got over there. And then once the slabs are sort of in and level, then we can start thinking about building our shed, guys. But scheduled for a lot of rain this week, and so yeah, it's not going to be fun. So I want to try and get these slabs in before it gets way too muddy. It's just coming up to 5 now, and as you can see, the sun is setting, and so time to knock it on the head. Until the next time, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. This is just the start of our allotment journey, and join us in the next video where I'll actually be building our shed from start to finish. See you in the next one, guys.